Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you a really cool thing tool about Redis database. I made it, and we can use this for combine with the wrap and Redis database for store backend. So you may know GraphQL, and this is a really cool thing, the technology for API RESTful service, and you may use this for a lot of projects. But in this project, I will use Redis database, and it is very super fast and high performance for query and storing your database. So I made frameworks. So I'm sorry. This actually is not framework. It's a tool I'm working on it, and I'm going to complete it as soon as possible for my project. But I push this public, and you can go ahead to use that. And for now, this is development. So I just made some document for install on the Mac OS. You can get the document for install on your another OS, for example on your our server. For now, this only for Mac OS available, so you can install Redis database very easy to use a command. This command I list here. Okay, so let's get started to clone this project on my local. I will change it to let's clone this. I'm not sure what. Oh, okay, I need to sign in. I sign in my account. I will clone using user add and copy that. Right, so this cd project. I will clone this project by this clone. Okay, so it's done. Now we got Redis GraphQL. So change to my project and run. What Redis Graph? So let's see what happened. Project Redis Graph. Now I think we remove this graph Redis. So let's change that to the project. Okay, so we got it file, and now I'm going to do this run npm install to install depends model. So the project. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do to open the project in my text editor, I want to show you some things about this project. And all the project we are using ES6 and Babel.js for compiles from ES6 and coding into Node.js. And so we got this file into an add.rc folder. We got the config. So first thing we need to take a lot about the config. And for development, default I set it to production equal 4. But when you run to build a project, I recommend to change the production into true and run npm run build. That can be to make sure Node.js project into real production, and you can upload this into the server and run it. The next thing we got the port, and the default I just set the port. This means Node application will run on port 3001, and we got the WT secret key, and this key you can change it to depend on our project, change it for JSON web token, and we can use this decode and encode the password for user. Okay, the next thing we do have a Redis database config for database. The database the default name of database. You know about Redis database, it has no database name. It's just a key and value store. For example, we got for example head set. And for now, let's check about commands. We got Redis have the sample right here. So we got set my hat. So for example, I want to set my user with some field and value like this. For example, set user with user ID. For example, user ID 1. Okay, so this is a hard key, the key value. For example, user 1 with the field name email, for example, my email.com, and the field 2 with the name, right, name, like that. So we enter that, and we got okay. This means the data already saved in Redis database. So how do we get it? We can use it as get with the key. We got the key we save in our database is okay. This is one. Here's get user one and email, and return the email field. But if you want to get all the field in the user, for example, so you can do this is get all user one. So it should be return all the field with the email field key and value and field name. Oh, I put the colon right here. It's not correct. But for now, the field name is name and colon. It's my name. So in the project, we got the database name. That means we store the key like this. I will do like this. The key is set. This is first thing with database, and secondly, user table. And next thing is the user ID. For example, user ID is 1, and we got the first name like this, and first name value my name, and last name my like that, and email field my email address like that. Okay, I hit enter. It should be okay. So how do we get a user object? So here's a database name. I store like this. It's a database, so we can call like it's get or key, and it should be returned as user object like that. So that is how it is very basic how we do use Redis database. Another example like this. So for example, we can use a set such a key database name user with email, for example index or uniquire field email with the key. It's just key, and then value my my email address like that. So it should be okay. So now how do we get this value in Redis database? So we can use a copy that key and get that key, and should be returned the email address. Okay, so that is very basic and example how to use Redis. And you can use Redis in the project. And when you do Redis, and the Redis is offer for your project need to be high performance, fastest query and store, and it can be used for catching something. It's a very fast, super fast and high performance. So that is a really cool feature when you use this Redis in your project. So I made it really is an example tool. You can use it and to make this your project to be very simple to start. You don't have to do any from scratch. That's first thing. Okay, so we got the database name is Tabvn and port and host, localhost default is an address. And okay, so the next thing we need to, I will show you a default model. This is a default model file. Okay, model file. We got the field. You need to take care about field. This is a default field. For example, the model user and should be extend model and database user, and we got the field. This is the default. I made default user model. So we got the user ID, an email address, password, first name, last name, created time when user create and update file. So we got primary key, and this is a default table key is deck. We can use it and for searching something in a Redis database and order ID. When the field with automatically set author ID true, and that means when do you create a new model, when we save a model, if the ID not set, it will be sent into generate a new ID. Let's see someone else somewhere. Should be generate new ID. Okay, so let's take somewhere. If ID equal not, oh where? Save that. Alright, so if ID equal if ID will be the default ID, and then we call a function to author ID. Author ID is the top of the model file, and we return the object ID. It's like MongoDB set a new generate a new ID key. Okay, so now I'm talking a lot. So to run the project and just npm run dev. So the default the project will be run listen on port 3001. Now open the browser with the localhost and port 3000. Okay, 1000 and change to API. Now I'm going to open the Redis GRL. In this tutorial, I'm not going to show you how to install the Redis because I did install the Redis database on my Mac. So if you want to install on your project, so please do your command to run install the Redis on your local development. So for now, I'm going to start the Redis CLR. So and for now I'm going to flush all. This means we destroy everything key and value in our Redis database. Now it should be empty everything. Now the port is running in 3001. So the default GraphQL. You want to select any default document for query. We got the query user, the get user detail by ID, and we leave user in the user table. It's a table, but in the Redis database, we don't have any table concept. It's a key and value. Remember that. But I built this is very easy for you, like reduce table, and we can count user and token, and just get token by ID and list of all token when the user log in. Okay, so now I'm going to make a sample query. We got the query and user, his enter. There's nothing show up because the database is empty, because I just flush everything in our Redis database. So okay, so query is and then I'm going to make some default create a user. So let's change to mutation and we create a user. Create a user, we got the first name. Because no, in the user we got the database field is the default ID. We don't need to care about ID because it will automatically generate a new ID when you insert a new document into the Redis database. So we got the email password. So password we know we change the password equal to. That means this will be users the script and to protect the password from string into hash key, and we don't know what about the original password. So that I will show you how. First name, my name, last name, and my email and password. For example, password I give is empty, and now we should see any. The password must be greater than 3 characters because you know we got a min length equal 3. So in our database, I got a function validate. A function validate before insert new document into table. We got the min length right here. Okay, got the min length, and if the string or the value of the field is not matched, will show an error. Min length. So why is min length right here? This case, we should see the matched error. Okay, and so now I'm going to enter my password. So 1, 2, and 3, and this is enough validation. Now I'm going to this is a very awesome thing in the graph. If you want to return in your API that ID and this ID, and I want to give more information like first name, last name, email, and password, and create this tab. Okay, so now we just hit submit this. We should see a new document, new user already created, which automatically ID generate first name and my last name, email, and you see the password in our database is a hash key like this. Okay, so now I'm going to submit again. It should be email is already exists because you know in our database we got a user field, and I set it to require equal to, and also we got the units equal to. That means no more same email address will be accepted. So let's next thing change to Mr. Tom with another and test. Mr. test like this. And the password is the same thing. I'm going to submit again. We got it. Okay, so how do we list all the user in our Redis database? We can use the query, change the mutation into query user. And we got the user. So default, it will return ID. So I want to get more in our return field. First name, last name, email, create password. We don't need password, but for now I'm going to show you how password is. So we have got the 2 user created in our Redis database. Okay, this is really cool. And what happens if you want to return only to accept the password? You should see is you don't see any password. Say it's awesome feature from Graph. We need anything, and we need in just requires all the field we need. Or even we can get only email and like that. So we got only email return. This is cool feature. Alright, so we got some more thing. So for example, ID. So I'm going to remove the user with the ID. So I'm going to do open new local and change to API. And now I'm going to remove by mutation and delete user. It should be require ID. So I copy user ID in another tab. We got the user ID text. Now I'm going to remove the user ID which ID is attached. So I hit this and we got delete user like that. And now I'm going to now open another tab and refresh. So you see only one user show up. Now again not found. Okay. This is really cool. And I just also made about token. This is a login. So we got open up a user model. We got a mutation in by I override up mutation. We got logout and login. So remember we got a mutation for login. Mutation login. First thing we do for email, my email address and the password. I give a wrong password. Now we see anything. Email is not found. Okay, so what happened? Oh my god. Okay, I entered wrong email address. So it returned wrong email not found. So we got the password still not match. So password correct should be 1, 2, 3. And okay, so it should be show up as token. The token is like it. We can use this token in our browser for next feature or like that. And this will be used or for an for this video. The token is not. We don't do anything with token. We don't have any permission set for mutation or query that. I will complete it in next video. I want to show it. So I will show you how to custom a new model. So we need to do, we open up new file, for example, export default. The first thing I'm going to do, save the file name is port.js. So export default class port 810 model. So before extend the model, we do need to import the model. Import the model. Import a model from index. Okay, so now we do have it, and we okay. So we got a contractor con database, and we call super. The first thing we do got about database And then let's talk about database and user. This is the name of the table and the name of the model. So we got the port. So default is a database first argument. And the next thing we got the port is the name of the table. And the name of the model is the port. Okay, so it's correct. Cool. So now this we define a new model is a port. How do we return this model into our project in our application? Let's open up the database.js, and we do need to import this by port equal new port. We initialize new port with this, and remember when you initialize new class, we have to import it. Import port from model port. We don't need include extension port.js, just port. It's cool. Even we don't need colon at the end command. You don't need it. Okay, so let's see in our project. Wow, it's something super port. Sorry, I'm a mistake. We don't need it. Now, pottery Tabvn construction export default class extend model. Let's open up a user model index file. Database port and database. Okay, so what I'm going to run again. Okay, so app is running on port again. Now we refresh this API, and you should in our document query you should see the port, get port by ID, and list all the port. For now, I'm going to do list all the port by query, and we got list all the ports, and should be an empty array. As a default, we got only ID. If you want the title, it should show up the query. Title type is not. So because in default database we got only the ID field. So if you want to have a more than field in the ports model, let override function field, and we got it. Like let's give us some document and override field. So we got the port return. So default we got the title. Type equal. The title should be wrap string. So we do have to import wrap type of string from wrap QR. Okay, we got title. If you want to mark the title equal required, let's change it to like that. So if you want to give a default value, default value should be empty string like that. Go ahead to use it. And remember, the app will be automatically refreshed when we make change everything in our project files. So now I'm going to return query ID cannot fill title. Return. Okay, so let's see about return ID, email, wraps, no, string. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to refresh this. Query port ID. Sorry, we do have to include ID, and for the ID, it should be auto ID equal to primary true, index true. Okay, so let's see. In our user, we got the ID, and we got the type, index type, and we got the type of the ID. It should be wrap QL ID. So we do need to import GraphQL type from that. Now let's see the project refresh. And now we're going to refresh the command. It should be okay. That means now ID is correct. Cool. And if you want to have a more field on the post, so for example, we got the body field. I'm going to copy the body. It should be string as well. The require equal 4. We don't need to require the body. Okay, now we got the body field. Body field. It should be okay. Let's see. Body. I made comma right here. Let's see the project and refresh the project again. Okay, so we see again. Okay, so let's do this by mutation and create pod. And I'm going to create pod. We don't need to include my first title body. First part body content. And if you want to return title body, now it's it. We should see like that and refresh again. My first part title again. Now remember I did submit 3 times, and that means now if you are going to query this parse, now we got 3 parts created. You see title body like that. We got 3 parts. You want to create more mutation, create part with title like that. Another part title body field. Okay, good. Part body content. Okay, so now we submit this. We got a body return body file. And if you want to list all the same thing, we got to query and part. We got 4 parts created, and now title body. And the default, we got the ID. First, a latest part created will show up in the first thing. So if you want to list all the part, a list part with limit and some limit part, for example, limit at 1, it will return only 1 part, a latest part. And you want skip and the next skip, and you search the fee first part, and skip 2, let's see, and skip 3, let's see, skip 4, let's see. Skip 4 will show nothing because we have only 4 ports in our port. Let's call it the port table. Okay, so limit. Now its default will return all the parts. And if you want to delete one of these parts, for example, this, open new and mutation delete part with ID. Now it's okay. Now I'm going to refresh it. We got only 3 left. Another part. Let's copy the ID, and we got 3. Okay, another part. This. Okay, and again we got 2 left. Another one. Let's delete this, and we got 1 left. And let's delete last one, and nothing show up. Okay, so this is the very sample and just not actually framework. This is my project. I did it on when I have free time, and you go ahead to clone my our project and use it on your project, and you may get some more customization and let give me some feedback. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye.